Argonauta Records. Hi guys! Welcome to the third episode of Argonauta TV. Let's start immediately with an Italian band. Formerly known under the flag of My Home on Trees, the well-respected stoner doom band hailing from Milano, Italy, announced the change of their band name into Burning Gloom and released their comeback with a new shining identity and sound, leaving behind the past and released their album titled Amygdala. Watch Burning Gloom's both disturbing and haunting video for their first single Nightmares, featuring some evil guest vocal screams by Mona Milaski of sludge metal unit High Fighter. Just a year after his critically acclaimed debut album, former Dark Tranquillity guitarist and multi-instrumentalist Niklas Sundin returns with a new full-length offering from Mitochondrial Sun. Shoe Pulsarer will be physically released on February 26th. While the core of the music still is electronic and instrumental, Mitochondrial Sun's new album displays a very different and probably more metal aspect of the project. If the first album mainly consisted of quiet meditations on space and time, Shoe Pulsarer, Swedish for Seven Pulsars, throws the listeners into the eye of a relentless cosmic storm, where layers of sound are shattered and rebuilt to the rhythm of ferocious percussions. As opposed to the first album, where every track had its own instrumentation and a sonic signature, these songs are very uniform in style, fast, urgent and chaotic, but still full of emotionally charged melodies and atmospheric soundscapes lurking beneath the surface. Following their highly acclaimed debut album Welcome, Swedish heavy doom rock collective Dan Ringil, featuring members of the Order of Israfel, Doom Dogs and many more, have released their sophomore album Library of Death on July 31st. Dan Ringil's new album will dig deeper into the soil of Nordic folk music, and at the same time it is even darker, rawer and heavier than their debut. Recorded with mastermind Juna Hassinen at the studio Underjord and Grand Recording Studio during the winter of 2019, with the Library of Death, the band creates a haunting vibe of the evil wilderness and the dark woods lurking around the corner. Watch the ironically brutal music video to the track NBK, Natural Born Killer. Here we are with another interview. Today our guest is Tony Reed from Moss Generator. Hi Tony, can you please explain us why and when did you feel the need to remix and remaster The Lantern, originally published in 2007?
Well, The Lantern was originally titled Tales from the Vault. It was released in May of 2007 as a 10-inch picture disc and sold out quick. You can find it now, but it's been out of our stock and out of circulation for many, many years. Over the last 4 or 5 years, I've really wanted to do a proper 12-inch release, which would also sound better than the picture disc format. Sounds pretty poor. There's usually a lot of surface noise. And so over time, I'd love to remix this and get it to sound like I always wanted it to, because it was recorded very quickly and also written very quickly. It would be like we'd have a Tuesday and Thursday session. A song was written on Tuesday, recorded on Thursday, written on Tuesday. So over the course of a couple of weeks, we had written and recorded the whole album, where the songs were only like a day old. So it made this spontaneity in the tracks. So over the years, I also never liked the album, the cover of the 10-inch. I thought was something that we threw together. The title was thrown together, and I think with the way the songs, the lyrical content, there's lots of religious overtones in the lyrics, and I thought that it needed a cover that explained that a little bit better, or was more epic to the lyrical content. So this is really cool to have done, because now I'm seeing it the way I always wanted. The remix sounds much better to me, and it's coming across how I've wanted it all these years finally. So I'm super excited for this.
During 2020, you have been very active with many of your projects. Was this a kind of need due to COVID and the consequent impossibility to tour?
I did quite a bit of stuff in 2020. A lot of projects, and I don't really know if it was because of COVID, because many of these projects were started and conceived before that. They just happened to be in the release schedule of labels already before COVID started. A lot of this stuff was from 2019, and it was scheduled for a 2020 release. I did go through a lot of the vaults, though, to keep, like Moss Generator, for instance, to keep that busy and keeping its presence known. I was releasing things that were from me digging through our unreleased stuff. But, Big Scenic Nowhere, that stuff was done before. The Constant Tomb was done early in COVID, but I didn't expect that to actually come out. That was a surprise. The acoustic album on Ripple, the solo album, that was already scheduled. And, there was so much stuff, I can't even remember it now, but it was really everything before. I think kind of what stuff is coming out was due to COVID. So it took a while for that to come out, especially now when pressing plants are so backed up. You need quite a bit of time of lead in before you can actually release anything. It takes a while to get it out. So and then touring got canceled. Some really neat festivals that we're going to fly into got canceled. The European tour got canceled. Just got rescheduled, so it's probably going to be around May of 2022 that we come back to Europe. And hopefully that'll be on a brand new full-length album we'll have. As far as the only thing that it really kept me from doing anything, COVID that is, was playing gigs and touring. But as far as being creative, I'm my own. I have my own studio, so I can be as creative as I want. The only problem with the COVID and making a new Moss record is that our drummer lives about 2,000 miles away. So it makes it very difficult for us to get together and write music. So we haven't written anything in a year. We actually haven't been in the same room in about a year and a half. So that's going to change here pretty soon. We're going to be able to get together and do some sessions, writing sessions and recording sessions.
This should be a top secret info, but we know that the next work will be the celebration of the 20th birthday of your debut album. Can you tell us something about it?
Yeah, our debut album was recorded about 6 months after we formed. It was recorded in June of 2001, and it was released on CD only at that time, around that time, and sold out quick. So it was something that was gone real early. And then on the 10-year anniversary, Ripple did a LP CD issue of it with a ton of bonus tracks and live shows and demos and all this other stuff. And at that point I'd done a remix and remaster of it. And even the artwork was redone because the original artwork was so pixelated. I didn't understand about pixels in 2000 and how that looked like crap. And even the CD, the original CD, kind of looked bad. So I retook all the pictures for the cover and made kind of a new cover that was the same concept. But I noticed that I was getting some messages from fans that were saying they liked the original mix better than the remix I did in what was it, 2010 or 2011 when that was reissued the first time. So on this version, I found all of the original mixes. That's another thing. I couldn't find the original mixes that were not mastered. I didn't like the mastered CD that had come out. So this time I actually discovered all of the original masters. So I'm able to remaster the album from the original mixes. And then I found all of the photos that put together the cover of the original. So I was able to touch up all those photos and rebuild the original cover pretty much exact to how it was on the first CD issue. So all this comes together as maybe like even a proper issue of the first album, the original mix, original artwork, and of course there's some liner notes and that kind of stuff, some photographs and whatnot that go inside. But it's an exact replica of the original. And during this process, because sometimes you don't listen to records that you make, you know they just sit there and you never listen to them really again. I forgot what a great album this is. It's a really, really good, heavy pop album. I was coming out of a band. Actually, the Moss Generator, all the members were in another band in the 90s, which was more like a power pop band. It was like The Police meets Big Star, Shudder to Think, and Kiss. So it was like this weird rock, power pop, indie band. And so that sensibility of writing pop melodies mixed with Mountain or Sabbath or what are those, that's the first Moss record where it's got these kind of great heavy riffs, hard rock riffs, but there's a lot of there's hooks all over it. And I forgot how good it was. Makes me want to play some of those songs again. We haven't played a lot of those songs in many years. But I think this issue, this version that's coming out is the definitive vinyl version, just because it's original. I'm really looking forward to that as well. Yeah.
candle. Let's turn it on, the lantern, but not for long. The lantern, let's turn it on, the lantern. We're leaving here alone into eternity. There's got to be somewhere better than here. I can tell you it's true. Turn your eyes to the endless skies and set a course to pursue. Turners go to the lantern. Set your control into the heat of its light. There's no turning back from the lantern. Hail to its home and everlasting fire. Some cannot go, cannot follow. Some cannot walk into rays of the new world light. Some disappear into hollow. Some use the lantern as an hour, and then turners go to the lantern. Set your controls into the heat of its light. There's no turning back from the lantern. Hail to its home and everlasting fire.
As always, thanks to all of you who keep watching us. Remember, your feedback is very important and it gives us the opportunity to improve. See you in March for the next episode. Argonauta Records.